What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Advice. We are back. Regulation C ranked battles for you. I've been running the Annihilape Palafin team. I'm really liking it. Strong team. You know, a lot of teams have set standard modes that the opponent can predict pretty easily. I like to build teams that don't have specific modes, but just, you know, a lot of Pokemon that work really well together. You can lead interchangeably, you know, depending on the situation. So I think it really helps your team be a lot less predictable if you don't run, you know, like paired gimmicks. And that's what I like to try to do. So this team's pretty great. Let's jump into these battles and see how it goes. Alright, our first opponent, Eclipse. Man, he's got a lot of threats. Spothra making a little feature cameo. I like Iron Mike into pretty much everything. Palafin is pretty much always the lead for this team when it's good into a opposition. And I think Wet Wet to get the rain up can really help Palafin in this matchup. There's nothing that really stands up against Palafin besides that bundle, and Iron Mike can handle it pretty well. And then for the last slot, it's between Frozone and Tatiana. Tatiana would be good if it's Extreme Speed Dragonite, but I think Frozone is the best option here. Sucker Punch could be really good in the endgame against Gholdengo, and sort of ruin just to make sure that Palafin's, you know, picking up big KOs in the rain could be really nice here. So we'll go with. See how Eclipse decides to play it. Good luck, have fun. Let's run it. Okay, we see Chien-Pao Dragonite for the opposing lead. Now I could fake out Chien-Pao, but both of these Pokemon are faster than Iron Hands. So I think I'll just throw a Drain Punch at Chien-Pao for turn 1. And I could go Protect here, but I think I'm willing to just send Pelipper out to take damage. If we can let Pelipper get KO'd turn 1 or take a lot of damage, we can get Palafin back in quicker. If we can get Palafin on the field next to a healthy Iron Hands, we're in great shape. They do Terra. It's Terra normal, so we got Drain Punch for that. I feel like HP recovery moves are really good in VGC. You know, Pokemon are trying to get off damage as quickly as possible, like that. That's definitely a choice ban Dragonite. One-shots Pelipper, but that's fine because we get a Palafin back in immediately. They do get a critical hit, but they're not Focus Sash, so we KO Chien-Pao and get most of our health back. So we do trade Wet Wet for Chien-Pao, but I think that's a trade that benefits me, and I immediately get Palafin back in with the rain up. 7 turns of rain left to get off as much damage as we need to. Okay, they bring in Iron Bundle. So he might predict me to protect here, but I'm just going to do it because I have Drain Punch. Iron Bundle doesn't really threaten Iron Mike unless they're willing to fire off a Hydro Pump, so we should be able to recover any damage we take here. And if I can get rid of Bundle, we don't got to worry about Superman taking a big Freeze Dry. Alright, they do Extreme Speed into the Protect. And Freeze Dry to Protect as well. Let's go. Hey, you know what Jackie Chan's favorite drink is? Water! Give me that health, boy. Alright, so just like that, it's a 3v2. We're back to full health with Iron Mike. Let's pop off. So who's their last Pokemon? Looks like they brought Gholdengo. Alright, so I'm going to just Drain Punch into the Dragonite. And I think I'll go Terra Water, Jet Punch into Gholdengo. It probably doesn't KO, but if they're like Choice Specs Thunderbolt and they're faster than Palafin, you know, I risk losing Palafin without getting any damage off, so think it's worth it to just make sure that that Gholdengo's in Sucker Punch range. That's the nice thing about endgame Sucker Punch, is you can kind of force them, you know, to not attack if they have enough damage on them. You know, they can... It takes out the mind game of double protects, you know, because you can just spam Sucker Punch and an attack with your partner Pokemon, and it, you know, kind of forces them not to attack. So I think endgame Chien-Pao is, you know, where it thrives the most. They do survive the Drain Punch with a Sliver, but that's fine. We keep getting all the health back with Iron Mike, so I can just Drain Punch again. And I could Protect, but I don't want to give them the satisfaction of making a read that I Protect here. So I can afford to lose Superman. I'm just going to Jet Punch again. Here comes the E-Speed. It does take out Superman, but yeah, I mean, Gholdengo can't KO Iron Mike. We finish off Dragonite here. And Shadow Ball just bounces off of us. Pop. So there's a lot of hyper offense on that team, but we got out of there. They didn't bring Fluttermane, which is probably the strongest Pokemon against my team, but it doesn't like to deal with Jet Punch in the rain, so. You know, we didn't move first on all those turns, but this team just got a great balanced core, and, you know, Drain Punch, Iron Mike really ties things together for when you don't have the speed advantage. Sucker Punch just takes out Gholdengo. GG to my opponent. Team handles business once again. Alright, so Kano's running hard Trick Room. He's got the Indeedee, Hatterene, Eruption, Torkoal spam with Oranguru. I'm just going to lead Superman, because if I can get rid of Psychic Terrain, Jet Punch in the rain can handle Trick Room pretty well. And Iron Mike is great in this matchup. Should be able to two-shot Indeedee with the help of Sword of Ruin. You know what though, actually, I'd like to have Iron Mike in the back and switch it in for the Palafin. That way we can get a Fake Out turn 2 and an Ice Spinner turn 1. Yeah, let me make sure I'm leading Frozone. And the rain to stop the Torkoal. And then what I can do is I can Ice Spinner the Hatterene, force to follow me. And the only way they can, you know, get Psychic Terrain back up to stop turn 2 Fake Out is by switching out Indeedee turn 1. And that'll leave Hatterene vulnerable to an Ice Spinner. So if they do switch out Indeedee turn 1, we can just protect Frozone turn 2 and Terra Fire so that Dazzling Gleam doesn't hit us very hard with Iron Mike. And Thunder Punch, with the help of Sword of Ruin, should be able to pick up Hatterene after it takes some Ice Spinner damage. So that's our game plan. They do lead Hatterene and Indeedee as expected. This team is probably either going to lead Hatterene and Indeedee or Hatterene and Hariyama to Fake Out, but Iron Mike should be faster than Hariyama, so that's probably why they didn't go for that. I also have Tsareena to stop Fake Out, so that wouldn't have worked out very well for them. They are Psychic Seed Indeedee. I'm just going to switch in Iron Mike for Superman, and I will Ice Spinner the Hatterene to force follow me. This is the problem with running teams that have like obviously predictable modes, is that, you know, I'm able to game plan, you know, turns ahead from team preview. And so, you know, they think they're playing their game, but they're playing my game. Big damage onto Hatterene. Psychic Terrain's gone. They just attack with Hatterene though. They bring us down to Sash. So they're using cheesy little Indeedee with the Trick Room. Set up Trick Room, but they are Life Orb, so They're definitely in range of another attack. Now I can't Sucker Punch because of Follow Me, but I can fake out Hatterene and just Ice Spinner Indeedee. Barely missed the KO with Fake Out, but they go for a Follow Me. So they just give us free damage. It's a pretty bulky Indeedee. I'm just gonna Terrafire and Thunder Punch into Hatterene. That way if they do switch Hatterene out, I get a chance for a para and we'll just protect. They're faster with Hatterene obviously, so if they do just attack, they will go down to their own life orb and the Thunder Punch will redirect into Indeedee. Thunder Punch and Ice Spinner have about the same base power, but Iron Mike is a lot stronger physically than Chien-Pao, so there's a good chance this picks up. They do just go for the Dazzling Gleam. We tank it. Hatterene goes down to Life Orb. So we KO Indeedee with Thunder Punch. Drain Punch would have been better to get some HP back, but like I said, I was just trying to have a chance for paralysis if they switched in something like Torkoal for the Hatterene. But here comes Torkoal now. With Oranguru. So Superman and Wet Wet are looking really good for the end game. I'm going to switch Pelipper in here just to get the rain up, save Fake Out for later, and I'll Sucker Punch Torkoal just to get some chip into it. Make sure it's in range of going down to Jet Punch. So Torkoal is nerfed, sorry. Some healthy Sucker Punch chip. 19 damage Eruption into Pelipper, 1 damage into Chien-Pao. And let's see if they go for Instruct. Oh, they just go for a Psychic. So I'm not sure we take another Psychic with Wet Wet. I want to get Iron Mike in, activate Fake Out. They've seen Fake Out though. They're probably going to protect Torkoal here. So I think I'll go Helping Hand and just attack into Oranguru. This should be the last turn to Trick Room though. So I'm going to go for Drain Punch. Yep, they do protect Torkoal. Trick Room bots are easy to read because they always make the same plays. Psychic does take out Pelipper, but we're going to get a nice little Drain Punch into Oranguru and get some health back. Put us out of range from anything Torkoal's got, and we're no longer weak to Psychic because we're Terra Fire, so Assault Vest should keep us alive even with a double up. They are Citrus Berry, but Twisted Dimensions return to normal. Right on time for Palafin to come in. So their only play here is to try to get a double protect with Torkoal and set Trick Room again. I'm just going to Wave Crash Oranguru, and I'll Drain Punch the Torkoal. Right on cue, failed double protect. Ain't no shot Oranguru survives his Wave Crash. Bop. And just like that, their hopes and dreams have vanished. You ain't beat me with your little soft, brain-dead Trick Room, come on. Iron Mike just soaked up damage all game, got it all back. Just Wave Crash Torkoal, Drain Punch Torkoal. Battle was cancelled. Easy GG. Torkoal got off a total of 1 Eruptions for a total of 20 damage, I think. Okay, Chunks with a pretty interesting team. Azumarill, Meowscarada, Armarouge, Firewater, Grass Core, a couple of big hitter Paradox Mons and Screens. Crypt goes crazy with a bulk up or two. An Iron Mike with Fake Out is nice, but wait. I do want to lead Superman, so maybe we'll have Crypt as the switch in. The thing is, if they have Acrobatics, Roaring Moon, they just have a lot of ways to hit fighting type super effectively. So I'm worried about bringing both, but I could just go Frozone to make sure that I have something for Roaring Moon. And then that way I can bring Crypt. Focus Sash is nice too, considering the rain, but if I'm going to Terra Fire, Iron Mike, or Crypt, I don't want to set the rain up for the Azumarill, so I just got to make sure that I apply pressure and play cautiously. And having Drain Punch on 2 Mons is really nice against the bulk that they'll have with Screens, so I just got to be careful with my fighting types in this matchup. Because they got Azumarill with Play Rough, they've got Armarouge with Psychic moves, and then this Roaring Moon. But yeah, they lead Roaring Moon, Grimmsnarl, so they are booster energy, but it's attack. So we should be faster with Frozone, unless they get up a Dragon Dance. So I'm going to fake out Roaring Moon. I'll switch into Annihilape here. I don't love to switch Frozone in all willy-nilly just because that Focus Sash is really nice here, especially if they start going crazy with this Roaring Moon. But it's Terra Fairy, so I didn't see that coming, but we should get some chip on them with the fake out here. Yep, usually you don't Terra and protect, they just reflect with Grim. Okay, so I kind of want to scout out what this Roaring Moon does before I Terra. I'm going to Thunder Punch it and just bulk up. And they just Thunder Wave, Crypt. Understandable, just wanting to rely on a little bit of hacks to get the advantage. Can't knock them. And Terra Blast does come out. But we tank it, even though they're booster energy attack, so we return fire with a little Thunder Punch. Doesn't do much, but it's a good day's chip. And we do get the bulk up off through Para. So I do want to get one more of those. I think I'll just Drain Punch Grimmsnarl if they let me attack. And I want to go Terra Fire and just fist this fairy. I want them to feel like they don't have the space to Dragon Dance with that Roaring Moon, so even though this probably doesn't do very much, I do just want to get a little bit more damage off into the Roaring Moon. I'm hoping they double up into Annihilape here. They just go Light Screen. That's cool. I don't have any special attackers in my party right now. And they do fire the Terra Blast into Crypt. So we got base 100 Rage Fist off of +1, and we do get a Drain Punch off. I don't know how much time that buys us, but chip is chip. And we do Breakthrough Paralysis. And that's some solid damage into Roaring Moon. We don't pick up a KO, but I think I'm cool with that. Yeah, I mean, they're not getting a free switch in, so that's great for us. I'm just going to go for another Drain Punch into Grimmsnarl and try to get that second bulk up off. Start setting up for the Pokemon in the back. If I remember correctly, their only special attacker on the team was Armarouge. And Frozone deals with that pretty well with Sucker Punch, so they do switch out Grim into Meowscarada. So we resist Flower Trick and everything else the bulk up should help with. They do clean up Iron Mike with the Terra Blast, but I think they're going to have trouble getting through Crypt. And we do break through and get a bulk up off, so we've had pretty good luck breaking through Para, but we take those. And we're almost back to full health. So I'm gonna bring in Chien-Pao. Threaten the Ice Spinner on Meowscarada. But I think I'll just protect and try to get a Drain Punch off into it. Kind of just want to scout and see whether they're Scarf or not. I feel like if they're Scarf or Sash, they stay in here, but if they switch out, they probably aren't. And they know I have Palafin, so they're likely to want to save Meowscarada for the Palafin, which is what they do. They bring Grimmsnarl back. Now what do they do with Roaring Moon? Alright, they Terra Blast. Awesome. So we do finally get full parried, but it was bound to happen, right? At least we got our bulk ups off already. And we're just collecting leftovers. Like the homeless homie who sits outside your favorite Wingstop. I'm gonna go for a switch into Palafin because I do want to save Chien-Pao for Meowscarada. And let's just Drain Punch Grimmsnarl. Roaring Moon hasn't done anything but Terra Blast, and that doesn't do anything to Annihilape, so I'm kind of willing to just let him sit there until he proves to me that I shouldn't. And with +2 defense, we're sitting pretty anyways. Okay, they have Fake Out. Wait. Fake Out, Thunder Wave, Light Screen, and Reflect, so they don't have any attacking moves. We do survive Terra Blast with Palafin. I'm free to ignore Grimmsnarl for the rest of the game. That's such a dumb set. So I'm just gonna Jet Punch Roaring Moon, and I will Drain Punch Grim because it won't KO. And I like it if they don't get screens up again. But yeah, I definitely don't need to KO it. They're just gonna spam Thunder Wave because that's all they can do. So it's nice to know they don't have Spirit Break for Frozone. And we get full parrot again, but I mean, we took out Roaring Moon. Really want to know what their last Pokemon is. Okay, they just bring Meowscarada back. Just gonna Jet Punch Grim and Drain Punch the Meowscarada. This should KO +2 even through Reflect. Yeah, they don't have anything they can click, so they just click Reflect again. Jet Punch does nothing. Oh, they're Protean with Thunder Punch. That's funny. I mean, I guess that is a pretty good Palafin answer, so I don't knock it. We get the Drain Punch off, but yeah, it doesn't KO anymore because they aren't Dark type. And they have Citrus Berry. What a set. Reflect is gone, so I'm gonna go Chien-Pao. And yeah, +2/+2. I can just protect here and Drain Punch again. See if they can switch up their moves or not. And they can, so they're not Scarfed. And we break through, and Meowscarada's a goner. So yeah, I mean, Grimmsnarl is locked in and can basically only click Reflect to do anything. This should be a guaranteed win because we have Focus Sash and they can't attack with Grimmsnarl, so I can just Sucker Punch and Rage Fist. Yeah, Sucker Punch is great damage. They've already used their Terra on the Roaring Moon, so nothing they can really do to avoid this unless they get a burn here and have great luck with Paralysis. but we don't get burned, and we do get Rage Fist off. So that's that. They did have the Flamethrower tech to get burns through the Sash. So I'm just going to Protect here and Drain Punch, and if I get full parried, that's his fault. Yeah, battle was canceled. I figure if you want a Thunder Wave spam and you don't have any attacks, I'm gonna make you sit there and wait until I break through parry to KO you. And that's a wrap, folks. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.